92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The guy on the phone for today's second date update thinks his date was a horrible disaster, but it wasn't his fault.
Okay.
Sure. So this is his opportunity to blame everybody else. His name is Vince. What's up, Vince? How are you?
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's up, man? We'll get to how horrible your date was in just a second. First, though, tell us the girl you want to call today. What's her name?
Her name is Tammy.
Tammy. All right. And how did you meet Tammy?
We met on a dating site, and we talked for a few weeks, and we were able to go out on our first date.
Okay.
And was this like every other date that you'd been on from a dating site, or were you anticipating something more special?
Well, I just broke up a while ago. I was in a long-term relationship, and I haven't really been out there dating that much. So
Right.
she was like the second person that I was able to kind of connect with.
Oh,
Okay.
so this is pretty new to you, this world of online dating.
Absolutely. I haven't been out dating for a while.
All right. And it was a disaster, but you say, well, you said in your email it was a disaster, but not your fault. So let's go and find out how everybody else screwed up your date. What happened?
Well, basically, you know, like I said, I haven't been dating for a while. My idea was to do a dinner and a show.
Simple.
Then I looked up like dinner and a show options, and that seemed a little expensive. You know, I'm not cheap, but it just seemed a little expensive. So I talked to a buddy of mine, and he gave me the idea of maybe doing hibachi.
Oh, I love
Okay.
those places.
Yeah, those places are fun.
Yeah, and it's such a good date because it gives you something else to talk about instead of just having to stare at each other over food.
Absolutely. So what's going on is you have the dinner and the show all combined.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
I
because
see
they have
what
those
you're
cooks
doing.
that like flip things around, and everybody goes, "Oh my god, that was the most amazing thing ever!"
Is that a volcano or
Yeah,
an onion?
wow,
Is that a
cool.
volcano?
And
Dude,
you
I
guys,
love it when I say that every time.
Yeah.
We're like,
Okay.
I'm taking pictures of everything.
you get to bond over that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah. So, you know, we get there, and the restaurant experience wasn't that good.
Oh,
You know, it started off like, you know, the drinks are fine. The whole, you know, the soup, you know, they bring out the soup, they bring out the salad. That was good. And then things went downhill when the chef came out.
Really?
Why?
He was all over my date. He was just staring at her. It was like he was eye-banging her. You know what I mean? It was crazy.
what?
Oh.
I thought you were like not loving his show that he was putting on. He wasn't flipping to your standards.
Nah. It just wasn't really comfortable the way he was, you know, eyeballing her when we're sitting down to eat. It was-
So did you try to fight him?
No, I didn't try to fight him.
I don't recommend that. Those dudes are good with knives. I've
Yeah,
seen them.
very.
Look, you know, I'm not the type of guy that really tries to start anything, but I really had to make a comment. You know, it's like it's really hot over here. You know, it's just, it was crazy. He just wouldn't stop, like, eyeballing my chick.
So
Getting a
wait,
lot of
hold on
attention,
though.
huh?
It's not like he's performing for masses of people. Like it's easy to make eye contact between you and the chef at one of those places.
Yeah, but you don't lock in and stay focused. You know, he missed his pocket with the shrimp. You know, obviously he's distracted by her looks because he couldn't get the show done.
Okay. So he's trying to do his like fancy chef flips and all that stuff, but he was just staring at your date the whole time?
Yeah, he's staring at her, and then he messed up the flaming onion thing.
What?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a volcano with fire shooting straight up in the air, and all it was a little bit of steam.
Oh, wow.
Okay, wait.
That's probably the
so-
worst part about the whole thing was the dude couldn't get his onion volcano done the right way.
That's happened on many a dates.
I think people at the table were disappointed, too.
Yeah, I bet.
Okay, but what was your date thinking? Did she say she was uncomfortable with the way the chef was looking at her?
You know what? I mean, it's our first date, and, you know, we haven't hung out, so I think she was just being polite about the whole thing. So, I couldn't really get a good read on it, but I wasn't comfortable, and I didn't like it.
Well,
Okay.
I'm just saying you could come off as a real jealous person if she didn't notice anything and you were outraged the entire time.
So, come on. How could she not notice it? The whole table noticed it.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
But was the date with her other than that okay? Or
I'm not sure. I mean, she's not calling me back. I mean, the bottom line is I was so disappointed, and I didn't leave a tip.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
It's possible she saw that I didn't leave a tip. Is she thinking I'm cheap? Or
okay.
Yeah,
Dude, I think you
Maybe.
took the wrong route. I don't think you should have gotten angry with it. I think you should have made jokes about it and then like made it like an inside joke thing between you two. Then it could have been funny and fun to talk about.
did you not hear me? This guy's like eye-banging my date.
All right.
It's kind of funny. I don't know.
If you got that upset that loud at the table, I guarantee that's probably why she's not calling you back too.
Yeah.
So you think that is because she saw you not leave a tip and maybe thinks you're cheap?
It had to be that. I don't know what else it could be.
Well, it makes sense.
How
I
were
have some
things
ideas.
how are things at the end of the date? Was she cool or?
You know what? Everything was pretty cool the way the date ended. What I really just need help with, I want to go out on another date with her, without a third wheel. I think that hibachi guy messed everything up for me,
Okay.
and I want some help. I want to go out again.
Okay. So have you tried reaching out to her? She's not talking to you at all?
Yeah, I'm texting, I'm calling, and no response.
Nothing.
God, it's
Okay.
just like if a hibachi guy gets you this fired up, I just can't imagine a person actually talking to her and hitting on her or something.
If you were there, you would have seen it. You would agree that it was totally inappropriate.
All right.
Okay. Well, we'll play a song and then come back and call her and get your second date update, okay?
I appreciate it, man. Thanks.
All right, man. Hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning into today's second date update, Vince is on the phone and he wants to call a girl named Tammy. They went out to a hibachi restaurant and he thought the date went horribly because the chef was looking at his date the whole time. So much so that he couldn't even concentrate on his tricks. He screwed up the volcano onion thingy, was flipping shrimp around, couldn't catch it in his pocket, and Vince was outraged. And he thinks the reason that he's not getting a call back is because he didn't leave a tip. So, Vince, we're about to call her, and I hope that at the end of this, whether it goes good or bad, you'll do the right thing and give us the customary 40% tip that you're supposed to give for second date updates.
40.
Yeah, it's a 40% tip standard. I don't know if you know that or not, but you should.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, so much for that free dinner at the end of this segment, huh?
As long as you guys give me another date with her, I'll gladly give you 40%.
Well, it's supposed to be either way, but whatever. Okay, fine.
I think your biggest uphill battle is going to be trying to convince her that you don't have a jealousy issue.
I don't think I do. The guy crossed the line. You know, I tried my best to keep my cool, but it is what it is.
All right.
I appreciate if you guys can give me a little help here.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. All right. I'm going to dial her phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, may I speak to Tammy, please?
this is she. Can I help you?
Yeah, I think so. This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Oh, the radio
Oh.
station.
Well, that's some
Yeah.
disappointment in that voice.
I know. You didn't sound too excited about that.
I'm excited, but I'm surprised. What's up?
Calling you today because somebody emailed us about you.
Oh, good or bad?
You sounded more excited about that than actually talking to us, so
Yeah.
at least you're interested in that. Well, good and bad, I guess.
Oh, that could be a number of people. Can you fill in the blanks for me?
Yeah, for sure. Have you heard a second date update before?
Certainly. I listen to the station.
Okay. Well,
Uh-oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're smart, Tammy.
Yes.
Some people don't even get it when I start mentioning that.
I heard the light bulb
Yes.
go off.
Putting it all
Second
together.
date update, you know, where if you go on a date with someone and then end up not calling them after, they can email us to get you on the phone and figure out what happened.
I have never been on this end. I've listened, but it's a little uncomfortable on this end.
Well, hopefully it gets more uncomfortable. Vince is the dude that emailed us.
Oh, no.
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
It's okay. He's not totally clueless. Like, he knows that your guys' date didn't go super awesome either.
He's clueless on some other things, so I'm surprised, but go ahead.
What do you
What
mean?
else is he clueless about?
Can you just tell him that you tried calling me and the number was out of service?
That bad, huh?
wow.
I mean, can you just tell us what happened and why you don't want to call him back and we can pass it along?
Well, at the start, he was a great guy. And I thought this was going to be a wonderful evening, but it progressively went downhill from there.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why? Anything in particular?
We went to a hibachi restaurant, which I thought was a good idea because there's, other things going on and we don't really know each other and we didn't have to make small talk. The food was great, but, they do that little tricks here and there at the hibachi. And my date started heckling the chef.
Heckling?
Heckling, it would be the best word. Like, don't drop that, man. Don't drop it. Not in a nice way, like, oh, I hope he doesn't drop it. Flipping shrimp up in the air, lighting things on fire. He just had a rude comment to make every time the chef did something.
Okay.
And the comments
wow.
felt aggressive?
Aggressive, rude, childish.
Oh my
All the above.
God. Like
I mean-
a legit heckler.
Wow, fun.
We talked to him and he told us that he thought the guy was doing a terrible job. He didn't tell us that he was actually saying things to him, though, about it.
At one point, you're not going to believe this, he actually took a shrimp, tossed it in the air, caught it in his mouth,
Whoa.
and he stood up, yelled at the guy, pointed at him, and said, I should work here.
Oh,
Wow.
wow. That guy.
I don't think anybody would go if he was working there.
Wow.
Okay, so he was just mean to the dude and then was like, I can do your job better than you idiot.
Jeez, what a jerk.
And then he doesn't even leave a tip. I mean, at some point he should have realized he's being rude and embarrassing me and should have at least made up for it. But no, he just made it worse.
Yeah.
Okay, he thought the tip thing was the issue. Apparently, it was also heckling
Right.
Which is
the
huge.
hibachi chef.
He could have left the biggest tip going. It didn't make up for all the crude remarks that he made at the hibachi shop.
Okay.
Right. And if he's going to act that way on a first date, I mean, I can't imagine when he gets comfortable in a situation.
That's good behavior.
He was making a spectacle out of himself. The people around us were pointing fingers. I wanted to crawl under the table.
Oh, my gosh.
That's
Okay.
bad.
Maybe he was nervous. It was a first date, but I don't know. I think you could control yourself a little better than that. I was absolutely shocked at what was going on.
Tammy, you might be shocked again, and you've heard second date updates before, so you probably forgot or don't remember that Vince is actually on the other line.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vince is on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Tammy, you know I was rude because the chef was rude.
Vince, do you really think that was a reason for you to be as rude as you were? I've never witnessed anything like that.
Date.
We were on a date and you were acting like a child. I wasn't babysitting anybody. I was on a date. You're right.
Tammy, you know, I could have fought him, but I didn't.
I could have
Could have fought him.
That is not the right
That's
thing
the way
to
to save
say right now,
yourself,
Vince.
for sure.
I could have fought him.
Sorry, not sorry. The guy was way out of line. He crossed the line. He was rude. He's looking down your shirt. I mean, he's eyeing you, for Christ's sake. It was crazy.
Wait, Tammy, did you feel like the hibachi chef was maybe flirting with you at all?
If he were, I didn't notice because I'm a good-looking woman. It happens all the time. I don't take notice of it. And Vince should have been proud, not making a big deal about it.
Yeah.
You know what? The bottom line is he had one job, and that was to cook and to do tricks.
That's two jobs, I think, yeah.
You had one job to be a date, and you couldn't do that. And by the way, your job is not being a hibachi chef. So throwing shrimp up in the air had no bearing.
You know what? You're just not grateful for me defending the honor the way I did.
What?
You know, a man with class would have taken it as a compliment and made a big deal of the fact that you had me and he didn't. Instead, you just blew everything out of proportion, made it an embarrassment to me and everybody around us.
Hey, Vince, I thought the whole point with this was like you to try to get a second date, not you to prove like you're more awful than she even thought.
I'm standing up for myself. Nobody else around here is doing it. I mean, the bottom line was I'm trying to stand up for her when I should have, and she's not even grateful about it. But, you know, I mean, I still want the second date.
Oh.
But I mean, I'm not going to tolerate getting my toe stepped on or having my lady being disrespected. You know, I didn't appreciate it.
Okay, and Vince, it sounds like Tammy is also super interested in that date. So, Tammy, would you like to go on a second date with Vince? We'll pay for it.
Did you not hear how horrible this whole experience was?
I did.
Were you
I did, but the question still stands. Would you like to go out with him?
Look, Tammy, you got to reconsider. Why don't you just come to my house and I'll cook you anything better that a hibachi chef could have possibly even thought about cooking.
Ooh.
I mean, I can make you a nice ribeye, rice, corn, asparagus, and then I can show you some tricks in the bedroom that you can't even imagine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you think he was impressive with that shrimp on the date?
Yeah.
See what he can do in the bedroom, Tammy.
God. How could any woman resist that offer, Tammy?
Come on, Tammy.
Oh, I'm just dying to jump in bed with you, really. After that first spectacular date, that's exactly what I want to do. I've been looking forward since I left the restaurant.
It sounds like
Looking forward to.
So you're saying yes now, Tammy, or am I not picking up on some sarcasm? I can't tell.
Yeah.
Pure sarcasm.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Vince, you need to calm down a little bit out there in the dating world.
This is not going the way I wanted it to. Hey, look, is it possible I can get a date with somebody else if she's not going to go through with it?
What? Just anyone?
Sure. Text in 78592. You want to date with Vince? He's got anger issues and doesn't like hibachi chefs that can't do their job correctly. Text it in.
Brooke and Jubal.
Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I didn't think people met anybody at a car wash since like the 70s, but apparently I was wrong. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning because Jake is on the phone. Apparently that's where he met the girl that he wants to call today. He met her at a car wash. Not a lot of car wash parties.
Disco playing.
current day. But Jake, what's up? How are you?
How you doing?
Pretty good. So you met, what's her name?
Melanie.
Melanie. You met Melanie at the car wash?
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
I'll be honest with you. I was driving and then I saw this fundraiser car wash and there was a lot of pretty girls out there washing their cars and I thought,
Okay,
you know
Oh,
what?
so you saw a charity car wash and you wanted to perv out for a bit.
Wait, hold on. This isn't like a high school cheerleading squad, right? Because those are the only people I ever see doing charity.
No.
fundraiser.
At least they didn't look like that. They looked, overage. They looked legal.
Okay.
Oh my
Okay.
God! Again,
So they
this
look
is like a
legal.
qualification
So you
for
figured
me.
you'd pull in there and really do some detective work and figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really need a car wash, but, it was like a good excuse to get in there and then talk to some ladies.
Okay,
It's
well,
for
the
fundraising.
lady that you want us to call Melanie, she's legal or she's a cheerleader in high school?
Well, here's the thing, though. I went in there and I told them I want to get my car washed. So as I tried to talk to the few ladies that were there, they were all too busy, so no one's paying attention to me. So I went and I sat down, waiting for my car to get washed, and then I met Melanie.
Now, was she washing cars or was she also getting her car washed?
No, she was waiting. She was waiting for her car as well.
Okay, so you just struck up a conversation with her.
I sat down next to her. I was kind of like bummed out on my phone, and then she's like, "Oh, there's some really nice shoes you got." So I turn around and I look at her. I was like, "Wow, this girl's gorgeous."
Nice.
Okay.
So I just started talking to her, and we got off on a good start. We had a nice conversation, and I asked her for her number. Let's have dinner.
Okay.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm guessing you guys went out and had dinner?
Yeah.
All right, how was it?
I thought it was going great, but I guess I said something that should have said because the vibe just like completely turned around after that.
What did you ask her?
We were just talking, trying to get to know each other, and I was like, "Hey, so what do you make a year?"
What?
You asked,
would you
asked her
ask
her
that?
salary?
Dude, that's a.
Yeah, that's like something you
personal.
don't ask anybody, really.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly what she said. So the whole vibe just kind of went like, yeah.
Oh.
So wait, how far into the date when you asked that?
Half an hour, 40 minutes. But we were
Okay.
talking about our jobs, and it just felt so kind of natural to ask, what do you make a year?
Do you
Well,
live
that's
in this
never,
country?
it's never
Because-
natural and it's never okay to ask somebody that.
I mean, it's kind of like the unwritten thing that you don't.
You wonder, but you don't ask.
Yeah.
I mean, it's even uncomfortable sometimes for me to ask my husband how much money he makes.
Yeah, and I tried to make it better by telling her how much I made.
What?
I was like, okay, you know mine. Well, what's yours? And nothing. She wouldn't say anything. She would just look at me like I was crazy.
Yeah, you kind of are.
I was like, come on, it was just a question. I was nervous. I didn't know what else to talk about. I just wanted to keep the conversation going. So that was the first thing I thought.
All right.
How are you going to continue that conversation? Either like a good for you or a
Well,
let me
that's not
give
a lot.
Yeah.
let me give you some tips on how to make more. Like, do you make a lot of money yourself? Like when you told her your number, is it normal? Is it impressive? Where are we at?
Now you're asking, Brooke. What
Well, I mean, we're talking about it.
Well, it's decent.
Okay. All
Okay.
right, so it's just an okay salary. It's not like you're trying to be like, I'm a billionaire.
the? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, come on, I drive a Nissan Versa.
Okay.
All right.
So I think that's okay then, like, because it could have come off as you being braggadocious, but like you weren't able to recover ever.
I was trying, but I don't know. It's just she wasn't really taking anything I was saying. So I don't know. I mean, I really think I messed it up.
Well, how did you end things with her?
Well, I paid for dinner. Then she gave me a kiss on the cheek. I was hoping for a little bit more, but based on my my behavior, I guess I got what I deserve.
thought you
Yeah,
got-
it's a pretty rude question, man.
I've been calling her, trying to text her, but I just nothing, no text, no call, no.
Maybe she doesn't make enough and her cell phone bill got turned off. Her cell phone got turned off. You never know.
Have you had a chance to apologize to her?
No. But if you guys can help me out, I would definitely give her my best apology. Maybe I can get a second date.
Okay.
That sounds
Well,
like a plan.
we'll play a song and then come back and call her and get your second date update, all right?
Thank you.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
There are certain things you should never ask somebody on a first date. You probably don't want to ask about politics. You don't want to ask them if they were to suddenly go missing, would anybody look for them?
Yeah, thank you.
And you probably don't want to ask them how much money they make. And that's the problem that Jake made, who's on the phone for a second date update right now. He went out with a girl named Melanie. They met at a car wash, had dinner together, and he thinks that he screwed it all up because at a certain point, he asked her how much money she made. And from that point on, the date went downhill. She left. She did end up giving him a kiss on the cheek, but she hasn't talked to him since. All right, Jake, we're about to call her and find out if that is the reason. Are you ready?
Let's do this.
Oh my god, that was a heavy breathing.
It sounds like you're
Are you
more than
doing
ready.
okay?
Sounds like you actually finished. We haven't even got into the second date update yet.
You don't even need to.
Yeah. Are you good now,
All
or are we
right,
going to
you
still make the
guys.
phone call?
Yeah, no, come on.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, you sound nervous. That's how I took that.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I think that you're going to be able to apologize to her and she's going to understand. You just stick to the "you made me so nervous" part, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and finish up whatever you're doing before you start talking to her,
my
because that will
gosh.
creep her out, all right? But just put your phone on mute while we talk to her so you're not making weird noises in the background, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Melanie, please?
this is she.
Hey, Melanie, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay.
You don't know what that is, do you?
No, what's up?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning is a radio show.
Well, yeah, I figured that, but who are you? What's going on?
I'm Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning,
Hi.
and we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. Have you ever heard of that before?
No.
Okay, well, I'll explain. A second date update is where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them back after, they can email us to get you on the phone and find out what happened. And we recently got an email about you from a dude named Jake.
Okay.
You know, Jake?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Okay? So Jake told us about your date.
Mm-hmm.
And he also told us that you're not answering his phone calls or text messages or anything and is wondering why you're blowing him off.
Am I supposed to tell you why?
Would love it if you would. So would Jake. He actually
be
wants to
awesome.
know the answer.
This is kind of weird, but that's fine. I'll tell you.
Okay.
This is easy.
So he told you we met at this car wash place.
Yeah, he told us all about that. He thinks the reason you're not calling him back is because he asked about how much money you made.
Oh.
He said that was the moment everything changed. Like you went from being interested to being totally put off.
Oh, okay. I don't think it was that moment, although that was a weird one as well.
So what was it?
So Jake seemed really nice at the car wash, but I don't know, he's really not my type.
How
Like-
so?
Did he tell you he's originally from Spain and he just moved over here
No.
not too long ago?
We talked to him, and I heard an accent, but we didn't ask about where he was from or anything.
Okay, so he's originally from Spain, and
That sounds pretty sexy to me.
sure, yeah, except he went on and on, like almost immediately from the beginning of our date. He went on and on complaining that, like, ever since he got here, that he's like not been able to hook up with women, and he's so frustrated that American women are so uptight and they should be more. I'm not kidding you. He goes into this thing like, we need to be more free, we need to be more sexual.
Is it weird that I'm like, he kind of has a point? I don't know. Like, we are kind of a prudish country.
I understand that, but this is a first date, and it's the first topic of conversation he's going to bring up, and it
Yeah.
was in the creepiest way, like all the red flags, all of them.
I guess it's weird to complain that you've moved to a country and are having trouble getting laid
Yeah.
when you're on a date.
Well, it's
I mean, it's not like you're hanging out with a buddy. You're like, man, I can't hook up with a girl, but you're like, hey, you want to go out for dinner? By the way, nobody will have sex with me here. That's weird.
But it wasn't even like in you just said that very casually. Okay, that's a very casual thing to say in a conversation and be mature about. But he was like smarmy gross about it.
Is it, I mean, was it the way he was talking? Was it his body language? Could you point to one specific thing that made
All
him
of
schmarmy?
the above.
All of it.
He would go into this like, it was almost like a pitch. Like, back in my home in Spain, women would throw themselves at the floor to me like he was a king or something. It was so gross. I just can't even.
You can't like chalk it up to cultural differences.
I'm sure part of it is that, but like I said, there's a way to have a conversation about that without making it creepy and weird. It was weird. I wish you could have been there. I really do. I really do. Because I've been around like creepy dudes. I've never felt this uncomfortable.
Really?
It was just, you just have like this feeling, this instinct. I can't really describe it. And it was just like, I shouldn't be here. I gotta go.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
That's not good.
You probably don't want to be here either, Melanie, because Jake is on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Oh my. Okay. He's listening right now.
Unless he hung up. Jake, are you still there?
I am.
Oh. Okay.
Huh? So is it my accent?
No, Jake, I think it was the fact that you were talking about not being able to hook up with American chicks.
And what's wrong with that?
Well, it's a date.
You're on a date, you know?
It's just in America we don't talk about sleeping with other people when on a first date.
That's what I mean. I don't understand why you guys are so uptight about, sex, everything, In Spain, it's very natural to talk about those things, whether in a first date or you're home with your mom or your grandmother. It's all very free.
Oh, wow.
Grandmother.
Grandma, when is the last time you had sex?
I like his liberated point of view in terms of it's natural, everyone does it. Mm-hmm. But are you hearing what she said about being uncomfortable?
I got to say, I was very surprised. I was very shocked. Spain women love all that kind of talk. Melanie, please accept my apologies. I'm a very sexual person. I'm very free when it comes to that. I was hoping maybe you'd be in the same way and not so, antiquada, like an antique kind of thing,
Listen, I think most people are sexual beings. It's part of our human nature, but there's a respectful way to do it. And you cross those lines immediately. Like, I have no interest in seeing you. I don't even know.
Really, Melanie?
Wait, so are we kind of like lost in translation kind of thing? Because if I was alone with you, I would do things to you that you can't even think of, I treat you like my princesa.
Princesa!
No. Did you hear what I just said? It doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. You're not being a respectful human being.
Melanie, I think you're being a little too uptight. Maybe that glass of tequila will help you calm down a little bit and come on a second date with me.
Okay.
If you were to give him some tips on how, if he got to redo it, what would you want him to do differently next time?
Be a different person?
Well, I don't know.
Might be kind of tough to do.
Man, you got to free yourself up. You're like in a cell. You're obstructing yourself from liberations and freedom of sex, whether it's with men or woman or both at the same time or multiple.
Whatever. Just get after it, huh?
I was just trying to help.
I'll be fine without you, thanks.
Are you sure, Melanie? Would you like to go out with Jake on a second date? We will pay for it.
Absolutely not.
Okay, I didn't see that coming at all.
Melanie, fine. Look, I get it. I understand. You're not as sexually liberated as I am. You're not as sexually free as I am. But maybe you can guide me in the right direction? Or might you have some friends that are more sexually liberated than yourself?
What? Now he's going to ask to meet my friends. You guys.
Well, it's a little frustrating because no one will sleep with me here.
Come on, Melanie, can you hook him up? You have any friends that might sleep with Jake since he's having trouble?
I think I'm going to save all my friends the headache and just say, no, absolutely not.
Well, all right. So, Melanie, thank you for your time, Jake. I'm sorry no second date, but, we do have a lot of American women who listen to this show. Is there any last-minute plea you'd like to put out to them?
Yeah, to all the beautiful women out there, a mí me gusta complacer mucho a las mujeres. ¿Tú me entiendes? I love to please women, and I'm having a hard time.
Yeah.
I actually
Well, with that Spanish you just dropped right there, Jake, done. I'll sleep with you. Yeah. It's good. We're good.
Okay, thank you, but if there's any women that are interested,
We'll send them your way, Jake. Take care, man.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com. Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Bad friends will just tell you what you want to hear. Good friends will be truthful with you.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't have any good friends, because I don't want to know the truth about myself.
Okay.
And Mark, who is on the phone for a second date update today, apparently has some good friends who were very truthful with him about his dating life. Okay. And he says that helped him. Apparently, he tried to change something in his dating life recently, and he went out with a woman, and now he's not getting a call back from her. What's up, Mark? How are you?
How's it going?
Pretty good.
So what did your friends tell you?
Well, I've been single for a while. I haven't really had like a serious girlfriend. And, they told me I tend to kind of talk about myself a little too much and dominate the conversation.
I feel that already.
Right. Well, thanks.
Yeah, stop talking about yourself.
Yeah.
Jeez,
I know we're asking you questions about yourself, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm still too self-centered even on this show.
Right.
What did they say to do to fix it?
Well, they thought that if I made a little brochure, I could hand the girl when I meet her, and then she could kind of read it with some bullet points about me that maybe that would take the pressure off.
Were they serious about that?
That's kind of funny.
They were. So, my name's Mark, so I made it, it's called Mark in a Minute. And I have this just quick Mark in a Minute brochure that it's just a quick little thing, catches you up on me. It's like a picture, measurements.
Okay.
Measurements even. So
That's
it's like
awesome.
a dating profile within a brochure. Is there...
Like a travel dating brochure.
Yeah.
I mean, it worked for that dude on Tinder who had like a PowerPoint profile, and
that's
women were going
right.
crazy for him. So you take a brochure with you when you go on dates now.
Right. So, it talks about like my hobbies and things like, broken down seasonally, the different things I like to do.
Isn't that awkward, though, just sitting there while she reads it and you're just staring at her while she reads about you? Like,
Exactly. You would think that. But when we met up, I went to get a couple drinks. So I handed her the brochure and so she could kind of read it while I was getting drinks.
Oh, that's nice. So you're not sitting across the table while she reads the brochure of Mark.
Yeah.
Right. No, we're using our time wisely here,
Wait,
Nice.
what was her reaction when you handed her a brochure, oh, Mark?
Yeah.
I think she found it very helpful. She didn't seem weirded out at all. She liked it. And then, we were able to focus more on her as we were talking and stuff, because that I really did feel like it relieved the pressure.
I think more people should do that on dates.
Wow.
You could have given her a brochure. She could have given you a brochure. No need to even be there over half an hour.
Yeah.
And then you could go do whatever else you have to do.
You're like,
Make dating
"Ooh,
so much more streamlined.
It says here
Yeah.
you're vegan. I can't. I'm sorry. Glad we did this right away, though.
What's
Yeah, so
her name,
what
by
is-
the way?
Her name's Elizabeth.
Okay, can I just step in and say I think this is a horrible idea, and apparently I'm the only one?
Really?
Yes, I think it's cheesy. Like, why wouldn't you, if you talk too much about yourself, your friend should have just told you, hey, Mark, shut up and ask some questions about the person you're out with.
Well, that's easier said than done. Like, I've tried doing that, but I have trouble holding back. Like, I want to talk about what's up in my life. So,
Okay, so you just can't hold back from talking about yourself.
Okay.
And how did the date go other than your brochure? Was it good?
well, I thought it went really well. We were hitting it off, and she was laughing at my jokes, and she was talking about her life. But then she had to meet up with a friend, so it didn't, it kind of got cut short a little bit.
Did you believe that, Mark? Did you believe that she really needed to meet
I did,
up?
and she took the brochure with her, I will say.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, she's going to show that to all her friends, because that is ridiculous.
No, or maybe she wants to make one up, and she's just going to copy my work.
I don't think so, Mark. I just don't. Huh.
No, honestly, I think she took it because she was interested, and she wanted to kind of look over it more when she got home, and it has all my contact info in there too. So I think that she was interested.
Okay, but you haven't heard from her.
No, I haven't. But that's why I kind of need you guys to help out.
And have you called her?
I've texted her, and I haven't gotten any response.
Okay. And what's your theory why she's not calling you back?
Well, at one point, she did kind of use my brochure as a coaster, so maybe some of my info got kind of smudged.
Okay, but she has your number because you texted her, so there goes that theory.
Oh, Mark.
Right, okay.
Yeah, all right. Just trying to figure it out for you, Mark.
It could just be that you're still not a very good listener and that you made the date too much about you. I mean, when you come with a brochure of yourself, it's not really making it less about you.
I'm sorry, what were you saying? No, I'm serious. I am a good listener, I swear, I am.
Okay.
But the brochure really did make me, it made it easier for me to listen, and I know it was the right move.
Okay.
I was able to just get it out of the open right away, and then she was able to talk about herself. It was perfect.
All right. Well, we'll see if she felt the same. We'll play a song, and then we'll come back and call her and get your second date update, all right?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, man, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. second date update.
Right in the middle of a second date update, and Mark is on the phone today. He wants us to call a girl named Elizabeth. Apparently, they met on an app, and they went out to a bar, and Mark actually presented her with a brochure about himself because his friends told him that they think he's not successful at dating because he talks about himself too much. The interesting thing is, we talked to Mark about his date, and I just realized we didn't really learn very much about her. We mostly learned about Mark. In that first segment.
We know nothing about her.
Yeah, Mark.
That's true.
Give us one thing about Elizabeth. What's her hair color?
It's like a brown, or I guess it was like maybe a blondish brown.
We don't even
So
know
you
her
don't
hair
really
color.
know her hair color.
I guess kind of a dirty blonde kind.
Okay,
Okay.
that
Oh,
is
that's
not.
everybody.
You're
Well-
not committing to a color even.
Can't wait to get her on the phone and find out what went wrong on your date.
And we never asked you. Did you actually explain why you gave her the brochure?
No, I felt like that would have been a little awkward, so I didn't bring that up.
I honestly think that probably would have been the better decision to be like,
Yeah.
I gave you that brochure because people said I talk about myself too much, so I figured I'd get everything out of the way right now instead of just having her wonder why you brought a brochure along.
Maybe that should be on the front of the brochure.
Yeah, you can just add that in there so that they know
What?
why you're giving it to them.
There you go.
Why are you talking at all on a date?
Anyway, I'm going to dial her phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is this Elizabeth?
It is.
Hey, Elizabeth, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Hi.
Hi. Have you ever heard of it before?
Yeah.
The radio, I mean, not the show, just radio in general. Have you heard a second date update before?
I have heard a few, but only a few, like not all the time.
Oh, cool. Well, you're about to be in one.
Seriously?
Yeah, we got an email from somebody about you.
Oh boy. Okay.
His name is Mark, and you might have a brochure from him laying around your house right now.
Oh boy. Yeah, I do.
Oh my God. That is the weirdest thing.
I mean, I meet a lot of people on dating apps, and like some people are just special.
Okay.
And like different, and so yeah.
Yeah, we talked to Mark, and he said that he's really upset that you're not calling him back. He did tell us how he showed up to your date with a brochure that was all about him.
Yeah, what'd you think about the brochure?
I thought it was very thoughtful, but also very strange.
Okay,
A
yeah.
little bit of both. Sure. You didn't like what you saw?
There's a whole lot of information in there. I mean, like, I know that he likes to play soccer in the fall and then, like, board games in the winter.
Fun.
His GPA's on there for some reason. I don't even remember what it is, but
GPA. Oh my God. It's like you almost got like a resume essentially for your date.
it was like an audition, yeah, almost.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
did you find some humor in it?
I mean, like, I thought it was funny. I don't know if it was intentional or not to be funny, but it was funny. I mean, I thought it was clever.
Were you able to move past it and have a good time with him?
I mean, we had good conversation after that, but there was a part where the conversation started to peter out. And so he got uncomfortable, I got uncomfortable, and so then he just grabbed the pamphlet and he said, okay, so, let's play a game. I'm going to test you on, like, how much you know about me.
What? Like
So
a
he
pop
was-
quiz?
Oh,
Yeah, and I have test anxiety anyhow, but this is, like, ridiculous.
He's testing you on the brochure that he took that's about himself.
Yeah, it was like a half hour.
Oh,
No,
wow.
wait, it wasn't a joke?
It was not a joke. He told me it was going to be a lot of fun, and so I said, I don't really know. But then he actually just sat there and tested me. It's like, what was my GPA in high school? I'm like, I don't remember. Like, how tall am I? I don't know, man.
What was going through your head?
It's a lot of pressure. Like, I think he expected me just to absorb everything about him, and I didn't. And then the conversation became like all about him, really, because he's asked me all these questions about himself.
That's funny because there is a specific reason that he does that brochure thing.
yeah.
Why does he do it?
Well, I don't want to tell you. I'll just let him tell you because he's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Oh, right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, Elizabeth,
Hi,
how you
Scott.
doing?
Hi.
So you didn't like the brochure. That's what I'm getting out of this.
No, that's
I'm sorry, Mark. I didn't know that you were going to be on the phone, so this is kind of like awkward for me right now.
Right. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I made this brochure because my friends told me I just kind of talk about myself too much, and I just wanted the focus to be on you, you know? But
Okay.
I hope
But
you
when
understand.
you grab the pamphlet and test me on it, that's not getting to know me.
And you didn't pass on the test.
What?
And that, I am totally, who would?
But but that's okay. I mean, you probably had time to review it now, though, right? I mean,
Mark, are you even listening to what she's saying? You didn't even hear her.
I don't know what to say. I mean, so you didn't like the brochure. Is that what it was?
Okay. I think you all can understand this is what I went through the whole date.
Again, you said you made the brochure so that you could listen more to her, but you're not listening to her. You're not asking her any questions about how she feels.
No, that's totally not true. Like, I asked her how she felt about the brochure, and I mean, I even asked her if she thought I changed the cover of it.
Okay.
At one point.
But you're still talking about you, sort of, Mark, when you're talking about your brochure.
I mean, not really. Like, I'm asking her opinion. I want to get to know her thoughts about,
About you. About you and your brochure.
I mean, just in this circumstance, but, I do want to hear what she thinks.
Mark, just to let you know for future reference, if you still want to carry around these pamphlets and you feel like testing your date, like, don't, like, go, when they get a wrong answer. It's a lot of pressure. It's not like a game show.
Bring your own buzzer with you so you don't do it with your mouth. Like, bring an actual buzzer with you.
You buzzed her? How could you buzz her?
Well, she got, like, everyone wrong. What do you want me to say? And to be fair, I did give you extra time, so.
That is awfully nice of you, but I just have a hard time absorbing facts that I don't really care about.
Oh. All right. Well,
that's not meant to be mean. Really, it's not. I just don't care about your GPA, honestly.
Yeah, right?
Mark, I think you are better off dating yourself at this rate.
Well, I mean, I've read the brochure already. I don't need it. It's not
Oh,
for
my
me.
goodness.
You've lived the brochure, Mark. Elizabeth, would you like to go on a second date with Mark? We will pay for it.
I don't think that's you answer.
You're very interesting and fun, but I just don't think that I'm as fun and interesting as you. So I'm going to say no.
That was the kindest letdown you could have gotten, Mark.
Very well said.
So I guess that's a no.
Yeah, I think so, Mark. Were you even paying attention?
I understand she said no, but I just can't help but think that, my friend thought of this brochure idea. I mean, I kind of liked it, but it kind of feels like it backfired on me. Do you think I should still be doing the brochure?
Absolutely.
No.
Absolutely.
No.
I want to do more second date updates with you just to see how it goes.
All right. Well, if you guys think it's a good idea, I'll keep doing it.
Yep. Everybody is in agreement. Great idea. Keep it up, Mark. Good luck, man.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 says, I would have left as soon as the buzzer sound started. 'Cause I'm on a date, not a game show.
Yeah.
It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, Mark wanted to call Elizabeth. They went out, they met at a bar, and he actually made a brochure for himself to tell her everything about Mark, because apparently his friends told him that they think he's not really successful in the dating world because he talks about himself too much. So he made up a brochure to give to anybody that he goes out with so they can learn a little bit about him, and then that way he can just continue to focus on them, since now they've got all the facts about Mark right in the palm of their hand. And it didn't work very well because they ran out of a conversation at some point, and then he just started quizzing her on the brochure about himself. So once again, the conversation became him.
It just dawned on me. Were his friends trolling him?
Probably.
Do you know what I mean? Like, they're like, oh my God, we told him to do a brochure and he went through with it.
Yeah.
Like, what was he thinking?
I would think so. And then
How does he have friends, by the way?
apparently
Everybody deserves friends,
no
Jose.
idea. Apparently, when he was quizzing her, he started buzzing her when she'd give a wrong answer on the brochure.
Apparently, she got every answer wrong.
Yeah.
Which was a big turnoff for him.
Right, because she didn't know all about Mark, and Mark apparently wants everybody to know all about Mark all the time.
Does anybody else in this room kind of want a copy of the brochure, though?
I do. I really want to see it.
I think a brochure thing could work if you made it funny. Like, I think if you didn't take it as seriously
There
as
was
he did,
no
it could actually
humor
be
in what he was doing.
I know,
though.
he did it way too serious is what I'm saying.
Right. He was literally like a timeshare salesman.
See, most people
For himself.
are just very intrigued with the brochure. Somebody texted in at 78592 and just says, I want to know what paper and print quality
that
of
is
his
a good
pamphlet he
question.
used. Was it cardstock or trifold? I don't know.
And we didn't even ask, like black and white, or did he invest in color?
And how much
You know?
is it to get a brochure?
And what kind of graphic design artist did he use?
Yeah. Did he do it himself or did he hire somebody
Yeah.
for that?
Wow.
That could be thousands of dollars by the time he's done. And they decided not to, well, she decided not to go out with him again.
Yeah.
They did not get a second date. So remember, if you want to do a second date update, you want to call the person who's not calling you back, all you have to do is email the show and we will call them for you.
Or send us a brochure of
Yeah,
yourself.
send us a brochure too about the whole thing.
Moving 92.5.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Second Date Field. Taking the plate right now is Kevin. Kevin went out with a girl named Denise when he stepped up to the plate, and strike number one came when he got in a car accident and couldn't pick her up for the date. And if that wasn't enough, strike number two came after the restaurant didn't have Kevin's reservation down in their records. And of course, strike number three, when Kevin went in for a kiss at the end of the night and got the old N.O. He went in for a kiss and she said no. And Kevin, of course, thinks he's not getting a call back because his date went so bad.
Now, are you sure after listening to that play-by-play that you maybe shouldn't just chalk this game up to a loss and move on?
Why not take a risk?
All right. You liked her that much.
Yeah, she was fun.
That's right. Sometimes in life you strike out and then you just have to get right back up there and swing again. Am I right, Kevin?
Sounds good.
All right. Let's hope you don't get sent back down to the minor leagues. All right, you ready? Let's do it.
He's like, yes, I've been ready for a long time, and I want you all to shut up already.
Yeah, I'm glad you said it, not me.
All right, here we go, Kevin.
Hello?
Hi, I was looking for Denise.
This is she.
Hey, Denise, how are you?
Who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
Okay. I've heard of it.
Sweet.
Awesome. We're taking a survey today.
Cool, we'll check that down. Any idea why I'm calling you?
No.
You recently went out with a guy named Kevin.
How would you know that?
I know that because Kevin actually emailed us and told us a little bit about your date.
What?
And then asked if we could call you to find out why you don't want to go out with him again.
Really? He wrote into you guys.
Yeah, he emailed us. It's a segment we do on our show. We do it all the time. It's called a second date.
There are a lot of reasons why I don't want to go out with him again.
Really? A lot of reasons?
I want to hear at least a couple.
Let's start with the beginning. He said that he thought you might not be calling him back because his car was like in the shop and you had to come pick him up.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out. Like, I have a car. It was fine. I understand when people get in, like, accidents. Like, obviously, he didn't plan for that. Yeah. Hopefully, it's not, like, a thing that happens all the time, because then that's, like, a whole nother issue.
Right.
But what else did he tell you about the date?
He said that you guys had dinner, shared dessert, and then you drove him back to his place.
Yeah.
And he tried to get a kiss, and you were just like, nope.
No way.
No way.
See, and I thought that was mixed signals because you ordered dessert, which usually indicates you're having a good time and you want it to last longer.
No, I just like dessert.
Oh, okay. So you can sacrifice hanging out with a dude you're not that into for some chocolate. I get that.
All right, so he wasn't so terrible that you couldn't eat dessert with him, is what you're saying.
I could handle a couple more minutes.
Okay. So what didn't you like about him then?
It all sort of started when I picked him up. I was okay with picking him up, but when he got in the car, you know, I could just tell that he was really frazzled. And I get it. He was just in a car accident.
Yeah.
calling his insurance. Like, I totally am a human, and I understand that, like, that's really stressful. But when he got in the car, he said he was tired, and I was like, do you want me to take you home? But he just said no, and he just asked if we drove to the restaurant in silence because he was just going to take a little micro nap.
Are you
Take a
serious?
nap?
He slept in the car while you drove to the restaurant?
Yeah, I was like, you know what? It's when, like, fine, turn on the radio, like, let him zone out.
Oh, my
I
God.
totally get that. Then he actually closed his eyes, said, like, thanks, like, we'll catch up when we get to the restaurant.
Shut up. I could not. What was going through your head when you're driving in the car with this sleeping stranger sitting next to you?
It was, like, just really bizarre.
Did he ever address it? Like apologize? Like, hey, I'm sorry that I took a nap.
No. In fact, when we got to the restaurant, I put the car in park, and he just snapped right awake. And it was like, oh, here we are. And I mean, it was so weird. Like, he just was like this brand new, refreshed person after this 10-minute car ride and this little nap that he took.
That's all the guy needed was a nap.
Yeah, it's back to
A little power nap, and then you're good.
Yeah, I mean, we were having such a good time, like really nice, easy conversation. And then we ordered dessert, and right after we ordered, he said, I'm going to take a little nap again.
What?
At the table?
At the table.
Is he? Was he joking with you at that point?
No, so I asked him if he was joking, and he said he wasn't. And before he even finished that sentence, he was curled up in a little ball in the booth in the back of the restaurant.
Oh, my God.
Like he actually curled up in a ball in the booth?
He laid down.
Pretty much. I mean, he wasn't sucking his thumb, but he was getting very comfortable.
And he wasn't kicked out of the restaurant? I've done that a lot drunk, and they kick you out.
Yeah, that's
probably because of the drunk part, Jubal.
Oh, maybe. Okay.
Yeah, not the sleeping part.
How long was he asleep for?
Like 15 minutes.
Wait,
Then
so
again, it was like they put the plate on the table, and he just snapped awake and was like ready to have more conversation, and I was just very confused.
So you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then he just goes back into talking about whatever you guys left off on?
It was incredible. I have never heard or seen of, this ability to nap anywhere, but it happened on my date, and I don't know.
I know the perfect way to figure it out, Denise.
What's that?
Why don't we just ask him? Because Kevin's actually on the other line listening to this conversation, and he wants to talk to you.
Or sleeping through the conversation. Yeah. I don't...
What?
Kevin, are you there?
Hi, Denise. Yeah, I'm here.
Wake up, Kevin.
This is not happening.
No, it actually is.
Denise, I didn't think you'd have such a big problem with napping.
You can nap all you want in your room, on a couch, in front of the TV, but like on a first date, in a restaurant, in my car.
But they're just micro naps. Like, the date wouldn't have gone so well if I was tired.
What?
Right.
But I asked in the beginning. I said we don't have to do this. Like I totally like I knew you were stressed out. I could see it.
But we did go on a date. We had a great time on the date. We even had dessert, and I only had 2 naps. So
So this is all the time. You take naps like that all the time. Not when you're just stressed out about a car accident.
They work really well. I'm actually surprised more people don't do it. I don't know why everybody finds this so funny.
Kevin, are you saying that you don't find it strange that you took 2 naps on a first date?
No, it's not strange at all. You're making this out to be a bigger issue than it really is. Look, a lot of people take micro naps throughout the day. A lot of Japanese people take naps throughout the day.
I take naps. Yeah, I get that, but I don't curl up in a restaurant booth with a girl I'm trying to impress while I'm eating dinner with her.
Well, see, okay, that's what you're not getting. I couldn't impress her with such a great date without taking that nap.
You didn't impress me by taking those naps either.
Okay, look, I feel like I'm on trial here for taking a nap, okay?
Kevin, you're not on trial for taking a nap. You're not. You're on trial for taking 2 naps.
Yeah.
On your first date. It is kind of strange.
Look, I've listened to you on the radio, and you are kind of strange, so why is this my problem?
That is very true. Very true.
I'm still confused. Do you have like a sleeping disorder or something, Kevin?
It's not
It's not a sleeping disorder. You take naps throughout the day. It makes you more productive. Michelangelo painted the Sistine Chapel by taking naps, okay?
He did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Kevin, but I doubt that he took naps while he was on a first date with a girl.
That's true. We don't know much about Michelangelo's dating experience.
I'm sure if he did have a girl that he was dating, that he would have taken micronaps, and they would have had a great date.
I will say, Denise, I mean, despite this odd behavior, which isn't really necessarily bad towards you at all, you had a great time.
When he was awake, yeah.
Okay, Denise, what about this? What if I can promise you that Kevin stays awake and you guys go out on a second date? We will pay for it.
Are you going to come with us?
No, I don't want to be around Kevin. But we will pay for a second date if you'll go out with him again. Kevin, can you stay awake?
Yes, or we could take a napping date together.
Oh, there you go.
A little cuddle time.
That's an attractive offer, but I think I like to go on dates where people stay awake the whole time and we don't have to worry about someone falling asleep. So I'm okay.
I think you should take a micro nap and make that decision again.
I'm okay. I'm okay with my sleep schedule. I'm like a grown woman who stays awake. When
Are you
the
sure,
sun's
Denise?
out.
Denise, we could wait for like 10 minutes while you take a nap and sleep on it.
Please, would you mind? Just so everyone knows what that feels like. No, I'm good.
All right. Well, Denise, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Kevin, I'm sorry we couldn't get you a second date.
It was worth a try.
Maybe warn people about your micronaps. Let them know what you're doing first.
Or just learn how to stay awake for a 4-hour span. I don't know.
You know, you guys are really missing out here. These micronaps are the way of the future. If you want to be productive, if you want to, bring your ratings up, you should probably try some micronaps.
Hey, we'll try anything at this point. So, yeah, why not? You ever have one of those days where you feel like the world's just making you its personal toilet? Like it's a day after it had some bad Mexican food, and it just keeps dumping on you over and over and over again. Well, that's the kind of day that Kevin had when he decided to go out on a date with the girl that he wants to call today. Her name is Denise, I guess. Kevin, your email said that you had a terrible day when you went out with this girl.
Oh, my God, the worst.
I don't even know what happened, and I already feel empathy for you.
Thanks.
So tell us a little bit about it. What was so bad about your day?
Okay, so leading up to the date, somebody rear-ended me. So I had to bring the car into the shop. So I didn't have a car to bring her on the date.
Oh, that sucks. Okay.
But she's got to be understanding of that. Like, you gave her a heads up, right?
Well, yeah, I had given her a heads up, but it was, last minute, like 2 hours before the date.
Oh, that sucks. All right.
So running through my head now, I'm like, I look like an idiot because I can't bring her on the date. And that's what you want to be. You want to be gentlemanlike. You want to, chivalry.
But at least it wasn't like you just didn't have a car and you forgot to tell her in 2 hours before. Like, oh, yeah, my bad. You got to drive. You were in an accident.
Yeah, and if anything, it's got to be a good read on her personality, right? Because if she's a total a-hole about it, you probably know you don't want to date her any further.
Well, yeah, that's a really good point because people also tend to judge you on the first dates.
Yeah. I mean, you're going out on a first date with somebody, that's always when they're looking at you most critically.
Absolutely.
So what else happened? I mean, was that the terrible bad thing that happened to you that day?
Well, that was pretty bad because then I had to call her and ask her to come pick me up.
Oh,
all right.
That's rough.
So it started out being, hey, I'll pick you up at 7. Yeah. And then it was, I got in a car accident. Can you come pick me up at 7?
Right. And then how bad does it look if I'm opening the door of her car to, get her to say it?
Yeah.
Did you do that? Did you actually go and open her car door?
Yeah, I did it as a joke to kind of break the ice.
All right, that's funny.
That's a good move, sir. Good move.
She thought it was funny.
That's good.
So we get to the restaurant, and then to make my day even worse, they didn't have my reservation on file.
No.
Are you?
That sucks. Because now it looks like you didn't even make a reservation.
I know. So it looks even worse on my behalf because here I am trying to be really organized for this date, and she's kind of looking at me as if to say, who is this guy?
Yeah, I would start to not believe any of your story at this point. Like,
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought she was thinking. You kind of look at somebody's face and you see their eyes kind of drifting to the side, like, oh my God.
Okay, sure, your car's in the shop. Yeah, all right, sure, you made a reservation.
oh, look at that. What's next? You forgot your credit card and she has to pay. Imagine that.
No, I had my credit card with me, so it was fine.
Okay, good. I'm glad we at least got that worked out.
Where'd you guys end up eating? Did you go somewhere else?
Well, no, we actually got to stay at that restaurant because they had a space at the back of the restaurant right by the kitchen.
Oh, one of the good tables.
Yeah.
So how was dinner once you finally got in there?
It was actually really good. Yeah, we had a great time. We had just talked the entire time. We kind of put our cell phones to the side. You know how you stack your cell phones so that the first person to answer a cell phone typically pays for the meal? That's what we were kind of joking about.
Oh, I've never played that game.
That sounds fun.
Oh, yeah, it's really efficient. It gets people off their phones really quick.
Yeah, I bet.
So wait, you were actually going to make her pay if she answered a text message before you? And
Well,
you were
I
the
was-
one to ask her out?
I was going to pay anyway, but it was just kind of incentive for us to really keep communication.
Like a fun icebreaker, sort of.
That sounds good.
Yeah. So we finished the meal, we get to dessert, and we actually had dessert,
Oh.
which is a great sign on a date because that means, you can just talk over dessert. You never want to eat dessert fast. You don't want to be that person.
No, it means that she wants to stay longer and actually talk to you, because if she's having a horrible time, she's not going to order dessert.
Yeah, let's get the check.
Right. Exactly. So afterwards, we paid the bill, and she drives me home.
Yep, that's right. Oh, she had to drive because you didn't have your car.
Yeah.
So did you guys kiss or anything? Was she a gentlewoman and walked you to the door?
Well, here's the thing. I had joked. I was like, "Hey, do you want to walk me to the door?" And she didn't. And
She didn't? She turned you down?
What'd she say?
She was like, "No, I'm good." So I was like, "Okay." So I tried to wrap the night up quickly, and I leaned in for a kiss, and she was like, maybe next time."
Yeah. You should have known when she said no to the door walk that she didn't want the kiss. Like, that's why she said no.
Well, I was trying to compromise. I was like, "We can stay in the car."
So you ended with no kiss and her saying, "No, I'm good," to walking you to the door. Sounds like she might have not been having as good of a time as you thought she had.
I'm not going to lie. I felt like she was sending you mixed signals, ordering the dessert and then not going in for the kiss at the end.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Why do you think she's not calling you back?
Where do I begin?
I guess you're right. There was a few things. Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, and then find out if you got a second date or if you get ditched.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Hold on.
Moving 92.5. Second date update.
You know, sometimes in the dating world, it can feel like there's little messages, like cosmic signs coming from the universe, guiding you to your destined path.
Is that how you go about dating?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
You know, it's like, OMG, I was just driving and then my car just broke down outside of a chapel. And I knew that was the universe telling me, you know what? I need to divorce my husband and start dating the pastor from this chapel.
That's a very...
Why else would my car break down right there? It's the universe,
It's
okay? The
very-
universe knows my dating life best.
Very specific messaging from the universe.
Well, we have a guy named Connor on the phone today who also got a message from the universe.
Oh, please don't tell me you married a pastor.
Bro.
Connor, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys? How you doing?
Okay.
Good.
What was your sign, dude? I'm
I'm scared to find out.
They don't
Connor,
believe in cosmic signs,
I
bro.
mean-
The one you just said is awful.
Connor, do you converse with the universe on the regular?
Yeah, I do love to pray. I'm a man of God.
Oh, that's
and,
sweet.
You open up your heart and you live with love. You never know what might happen, so you got to be
aren't
open
you
to
a
it.
catch?
Oh, okay. The guy says, I believe in God, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, you're a sweetheart. Meanwhile, I'm crazy over here talking about signs from the universe. You're a hypocrite.
Because you're divorcing someone based on a car breaking down, and he's trying to live with
That's
love,
God
Jeffrey.
telling you. God's stepping in.
He's trying to live
Connor
with
gets
love.
me.
Yeah, just right. Once you say God, it makes complete
Yeah,
sense.
no argument there. But sorry, Connor. Go ahead.
No worries.
Connor is so chill.
Yeah, I think you just live with love, my man. It'll come.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good encouragement, Connor. Who did you meet?
Well, I met Erin, and I met her on Christian Singles, so I guess that might be the sign he's referring to, as we were both on the Christian Singles dating app.
I don't think that's a sign. I think that's just an algorithm working correctly to match you up with someone.
Again, I'm not blind to that, but I think just since we're both on that platform, I guess we would have the same beliefs in general, so you're kind of having a smaller pond to fish in, I guess you could say.
Okay.
But the funny thing is, this isn't the first time we matched on that app. So about a year ago, me and the same girl, we matched and we started talking, and we wanted to meet up, and then she actually ghosted me.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't really know why. She just kind of stopped talking to me.
That's not very Christian.
Yeah, not Christian of her at all.
Is it if it's on a Christian dating app? Is it angeling you instead of ghosting?
I love it.
That's a good one. You might have to copyright that one, sell it to them. But you get that. Like, it happens all the time on these apps.
Yeah.
So a year later, I took some new photos. Spruced up the profile a little bit, and we ended up matching again. So I called her out. I was like, "Oh, so you came crawling back to me," and I reminded her that we matched last year. She remembered and felt super embarrassed.
See, that was more of the sign from the universe that I was talking about, the double matching. When you match twice, I feel like that's the universe telling you something special is here.
No, it's God telling you. Remember.
Well, whatever.
Same difference.
Something's telling you something.
Yeah.
I feel like God would be smart enough to help the algorithms out and lead us to the right path. Hopefully.
So wait, did she take it in stride though? I mean, you said she was a little embarrassed about that.
Yeah, but it was cool. Now we laughed about it. But she actually wanted to meet up this time. So we were talking about what we wanted to do. In her pictures, she's really fit, takes care of her body. So I didn't really know. I mean,
not that a good Christian man would care about that. Now, would he?
Well, I didn't know what she might want to eat, so I'm not that smart, I guess. I thought she was vegetarian because she was so in shape. So I suggested a vegetarian place, and then she replied, she's like, "Gross, that's disgusting. If you're a vegetarian, I don't think this is going to work."
Oh, nice, though.
Yeah, it's another sign. So what did you guys end up doing?
So we actually ended up going to a barbecue joint, so that was the complete opposite.
There you go.
Dude.
That's reading the signs correctly. You're getting it, Connor.
Exactly. So dinner was great. I got the ribs. She got a chicken dinner. And everything was really good, but she wanted to try mine. And I was like, yeah, of course, have a rib or two. And I share my plate with her, and she's mowing down my ribs. I mean, we just watched, the 4th of July hot dog eating contest. I mean, she's going for the world record of a rack of ribs.
Oh.
Now, wait,
Dip
hold
them
on.
in water and just suck
Was
them
this
down.
sexy to you, or was this gross? Because, I mean, there's two different types
True.
of guys and how they would read that.
Oh, yeah.
In the moment, I was wicked hungry, right? I was like, slow down. I was like, easy
Can I
there.
have a bite?
Eventually, I was just like, hey, could you stop and let me have some of my dinner?
Yeah,
Did she laugh, or would
She kept apologizing, but we were laughing about it. And then I made some jokes about how, there's no way I'm going to share a dessert with her.
That's actually good, though. That's
pretty funny.
So overall, I thought it was awesome. At the end of the night, there was a pretty passionate kiss. I think I got a little riblet out of her teeth.
Oh,
Come on.
dude.
You flossing her teeth with your tongue?
Yeah, there's you didn't get to enjoy the dinner there, so I got it a little later.
Yeah, a little second meal in there. That's nice.
You did not say that to her after you were done kissing her, did you?
that's not
No, I didn't.
Okay.
good.
Because
Yeah.
that really just turned me off.
So, but overall, I thought it went well. I thought it was 100% chance we would get to have a second date. But since then, I haven't spoken to her. And I thought it went really, really well. So I'm just trying to figure out what went on. So that's why I'm here.
What do you think could possibly be the reason that she's not calling back?
I don't know. Maybe she was mad about me not letting her eat all the ribs. But we were joking. Everything seemed fun. It all seemed kosher to me. So.
Did you ever find out the reason she ghosted you the first time a year ago?
No. I mean, that was just online. So I feel like that's pretty standard. Just sometimes just stop talking.
Yeah.
Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to play a song for you, Connor. It's just for you, by the way. No one else is allowed to listen, just Connor.
Everyone turn your radios down.
Yeah, but when we're done with the song, we're going to come back. We'll call Aaron for you, and we'll get you your second date update, okay?
All right, sounds good.
All right. If you're just tuning in for the second date update, we're on the phone with a good Christian man named Connor.
Yes.
So I think before we continue any further, we should probably bless this phone call.
That's not, you can't.
Connor, would you like to say grace over this call? Because I'm Jewish. I don't know how it works.
Sure. I think we can all come together.
All right. Can we close our eyes and hold hands? Let's just do it.
Not happening.
I'm Catholic.
All right.
We don't do this stuff.
We can do it. We can do it. All right. Let's all take a deep breath.
Okay.
And just thank our Heavenly Father for bringing us together today in the quest of real love and friendship. We realize that there are ups and downs and misunderstandings and opportunities to just keep getting better and lead our lives with love and lead our lives with truth.
All right, Connor, I don't want to interrupt, but we got to wrap this up.
Yeah.
Like, can you do the abbreviated version of the prayer?
Oh, I wrapped it up. That was it, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think we're supposed to say, you're Jewish, you say amen at the end.
Amen.
Hashtag hotties for God.
Yeah.
No, you do not hashtag prayer.
No, you don't?
I kind of like it.
I don't know how
I'm
this
not
Christian
opposed.
thing works.
Hey, coming to the new
Anyway.
millennial.
Oh my gosh.
Well, if you're just tuning in, Connor is trying to get a hold of a woman he met on Christian single named Erin. They went out to get barbecue together, had a really good time. They swapped dishes, and then at the end of the night, they even shared a very saucy, no pun intended, kiss.
gosh.
Yeah, a lot more swapping there.
Yeah, barbecue saucy
guys,
kiss. And it was
stop.
really great, but now Erin has not been reaching out to Connor since then, and we're trying to figure out why. So
And remember, they matched a year ago, and she ghosted him then, too. So this is the second ghosting by the same woman.
Well, yeah, you're right, actually.
Oh, what was that,
That
Connor?
hurt?
Did you...
I'm hungry from the barbecue.
Interesting reaction to hearing that.
All right,
I
well,
like it.
I feel
let's
like
just
that's a deflection.
stay focused for a few more minutes, Connor, okay? Because we're going to call her right now, and then you can go order barbecue.
All right, let's do it.
All right, I'm
Okay.
going to dial the number. Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Erin, please?
this is Erin.
Hi, Erin. How are you doing? My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Hi.
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 You have a moment to talk with us?
What's up? What's happening?
Not much. We're just doing a little segment that we do all the time on our show called the Second Date Update. It's where if you go out on a date with someone and afterwards you're not calling them back, you can reach out to us and we'll call that person for you to figure out the reason why.
Okay.
And we're reaching out to you today because you recently went on a date with a guy named Connor.
Oh, yeah. That's not going to happen, so no need.
Really?
Yeah, no need.
Why would you not just call him back and tell him why or something?
I am just not interested because
The way that Connor described it to us, he said a very nice story about how you matched on Christian Singles and that you had actually matched a year before then, so it was kind of like, it felt like it was meant to be. Okay.
Someone read that sign differently.
Yeah. Well, he said that you guys eventually went to a barbecue place together, and it even ended with a very passionate, smoky barbecue flavored kiss. So did I get any of that wrong, or what did I miss?
Well, I mean, that was all accurate, but there is something that he doesn't know that happened after the date that really just made me like, nope.
It happened after the date?
Yeah.
Did he do something or did you find something out about him?
Yeah. Well, both. I saw him after the date.
What do you mean you saw him?
Well, we were going out of the parking lot, going kind of like the same way.
Okay.
So I was like right behind him. He didn't notice me or anything.
Okay.
And I saw him like put on his blinker, and I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have done this part, but I just started to follow him because.
Oh no.
He was going in a different direction, like from where he said he lived. So I was.
Well, maybe he just needed to get gas for his car.
Or maybe it's not it's one date. It's none of your business where he's going. And maybe the best thing.
Well, I mean, at that point it was harmless. I was just like curious. So anyway, I followed him, and first he pulled up to an ATM.
Okay.
But then he gets back in his car and he like drives a block and pulls into this parking lot for a gentleman's club.
Okay.
And then he goes inside.
Okay.
So wait, are you against strippers?
Yeah, what?
Or are you just not liking it that it happened after your date?
I just thought, like, how classless and weird. Right after a date with me, he goes there to, like, get his jollies or something. That was just, like, just freaked me out.
It's a little strange after a first date to go to a strip club, I think.
I mean, he said you guys shared a pretty passionate kiss at the end of the night, so maybe you riled him up a little bit.
Oh, it's her fault.
Okay, unacceptable.
I mean, is there any way there could be an explanation as to why he's there? Like, his mom works there as a bartender or something?
Like...
Yeah.
That would be the worst possible source. But anyway, the worst part of it all, the next day I'm driving, like, because it's kind of on my way back and forth from my house past this gentleman's club, and his car is still in the parking lot.
Okay, but you're stalking him at this point.
No, I was just driving past because that's my route.
Okay.
But there's this car, and, like, I don't know. I mean, obviously he got wasted and, like, Ubered home or something, or went home with someone. I don't know. It's just all of it too sketchy.
Well, I mean, there could be. I mean, I know it's maybe out of the realm of possibility, but there could be an explanation for this.
What could that possibly be?
I wonder the same thing, and I think that's why I should probably tell you at this point. Connor's been on the other line listening, and he's heard everything that you said. So let's just ask him. Connor.
Yeah.
You naughty little Christian boy. What were you doing?
It's always those ones, isn't it?
And go into very, very, very great detail when you tell us.
Sure. I mean,
gosh.
first off, I'm just a little taken back that you were keeping tabs on me. I don't know if I should be alarmed or flattered, but
neither.
So when we were on our date, as it was winding down, I was getting text messages from my friend and people who I also don't know on my friend's phone. So my friend, as a Lord-loving man himself, has some vices, and his vice seems to be the club with the dollar bills. And he went to the club after a couple drinks, didn't have the right amount of funds, and started getting lap dances on credit. As we all know, that's probably not a good idea in general.
I didn't know that was a thing.
What, you can do that?
I'm going to the strip club now.
Wait.
I don't think it is a thing because I started getting calls from the club bouncer that they were going to take this guy out back and teach him a lesson.
Well, the club bouncer has your phone number, and you certainly seem to know a lot about how things work in there, so it sounds like you're a regular.
Come on, be honest, Connor. You can't be
Jeffrey and Brooke, you guys didn't hear the story.
Oh, okay,
They were calling me from my friend's phone. So my friend's drunk. He owes a couple grand of backroom dances. They're calling me, and they're saying, hey, like, if you want to come get your boy and bail him out or else. So I didn't want to let my friend go down that road and get his, beat up and get hurt. So I went over there. I got some money. I got him out there. I didn't want to leave his car there because they were going to probably mess up his car if he left it overnight. So I decided to drive his car home,
That makes sense.
and I got him out of there.
Do you believe him?
I don't know, but it just sounds like you're covering up something to me. That's just what it sounds like.
Oh.
As a God-fearing Christian man, it's hard to cover up the truth. So I got to put it out there, and I guess we can all make our final decisions. I feel like
I believe
the lies in the specifics. I mean, how specific can you get? I can show you the text messages of this guy pounding me for money.
He wouldn't offer
Okay,
that.
here's where my issue lies, though. Why are you so defensive about it if it's all the truth?
Because I don't want to ruin a fun relationship. We had a great time. Like, I want to go out on a second date. I like this person. Why? So now I'm going to lose it over something that I thought might be in years future. Hopefully my friend will look back and say, "Wow, my buddy bailed me out. Like, I thought I did the right thing."
You did, bro. You did the right thing.
What are you thinking, Aaron? After hearing that description, I mean,
That's pretty good, Aaron.
I'm inclined to believe him.
I don't even know.
Come on, it's worth a second chance. Isn't that what they teach in the Bible? Like multiple chances or something, forgiveness?
So at this point, Aaron, I would like to ask you if you would be interested in going on another date with Connor. We will pay for it.
Do it. What do you have to lose?
Oh, my gosh. All right, fine.
Time for your brand new second date update. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. And if you are a female and you've ever uttered the phrase sisters before misters, and it's probably been a while since you've been with a man.
Oh, come
Still,
on.
Sometimes women just stick together no matter what. But the girl in today's second date update has to decide where her loyalties lie, with her good friend or with a tasty piece of man candy? Find out what she chooses in your second date update right now.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I'm going to have to call BS on today's second date update.
Oh, right from the
There
beginning,
is no way that the guy on the phone to do a second date update today actually wants to do a second date update.
What?
But we had to call him because his email is crazy, and I want to talk to him about it. Hey, Nathan?
Yeah.
You got to be honest with me. The only reason you want to do a second date update today is to get this girl on the phone so you can cuss her out.
What?
No, man. I could see why you think that's what it is, but that's not it, Jewel.
But after reading your email, why would you even want to go on a second date with this girl?
Dude, well, first of all, you got to see this girl. She's smoking hot.
Oh my God, why is that always the reason of men putting up with women that are mean?
You swear to me that you actually want to try to get a date with this girl.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I definitely want to hook up with this girl.
Okay, at least hook
Oh my
up.
God,
All right, well,
romance already, it sounds
Nathan,
like.
honestly, after reading your email, if you just want to call her up and cuss at her, I'm okay with it either way. I was just giving you a hard time. So I'm not even going to go into reading your email. Just tell everybody the story.
Well, met this girl on Tinder. Her name's Kyla. Smoking hot girl. Beautiful face. Just like every photo on there is just unbelievable. Like you look at these photos, you're like, is this girl for real? I mean, she's that hot.
I follow a couple of those girls.
I like how you also were really attracted to her personality and interest, right?
Well, it's Tinder. I mean, you don't look for personality on Tinder.
That's very true.
I'll give you that.
This girl's like an LA5 for sure.
A what?
She's an LA5?
An LA5, yeah. Like she's, in LA, she's a 5. Here, she's a 9.
All right, that's a good point. There's a whole different scale for LA. That is true. So she's an LA5, which means she's very hot for this area, yeah.
That is not
Smoking
fair
hot.
to the women
Smoking
in
hot.
this area. Thank you very much.
It's true though, Brooke.
Okay, so she's really hot, and you liked her a lot.
Yeah, she's really hot. But let me tell you my story.
Okay.
So I finally get her to agree to go to dinner, right? And I wanted to definitely do this up because I, hands down, needed to hook up with this girl. So I wanted to do it right. Go to a nice restaurant. We sit down. I go all out. I mean, you get a nice bottle of wine. Everything's dialed in. Just after we order, she starts kind of changing conversation, and then she gets to the question that just, let's put it this way, hit the fan.
Whoa.
At dinner?
Yeah, at dinner.
Whoa.
What did she say?
So she just looks at me and she goes, so, do you know a girl named Nicole? And I'm thinking, Nicole, like, yeah, I know Nicole's, but where's she going with this?
Right.
I'm thinking the best thing to always do is just go, no, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said no to her.
Yeah. And then I'm thinking, I don't know if that was the right thing to say, too, because what if I'm supposed to know Nicole?
So who's Nicole?
I don't know who Nicole is. I mean, there's a lot of Nicoles out there. I don't know. But anyway, so this is what happens. So she asks the question. I say, no, I don't know Nicole. And she goes, yeah, you do. And I'm like, no, I don't. She goes, you're an ass. I'm like, what are you talking about? She goes, you went out with Nicole and you slept with her that night and never called her again. I'm like, what are you talking about? She goes, you did, asshole. And just as her wine is being poured, she takes the wine and throws it in my face.
Oh, what?
So I'm guessing she's friends with Nicole.
And that's the last I've heard from the girl.
Holy
So,
crap.
do you think she planned this whole thing just to throw wine on you and call you an ass?
Well, yeah, probably. And that's kind of what I'm digging about it.
And you don't know who this Nicole is at all? You don't remember?
I have no clue who Nicole is. And I don't give a honestly. Here's the deal, guys. The reason why it actually is hard for me to walk away from this is because it takes a lot of balls to do what she did, you know?
Yeah.
And I kind of dig that, actually. I haven't been able to stop thinking about it.
So you actually like the fact that she threw wine on you, called you an a-hole, and stormed out of the restaurant.
Yeah, man. Like, it really turns me on that she did that.
Yeah. And I saw that in your email, and that's the part where I'm like, dude, you're lying to me because all you want to do is get her on the air and pay her back for what she did to you. That's what I'm thinking.
I swear to God, I don't. It's just, it really is a turn on. Women don't do that kind of thing.
No,
Hold on, everybody! You guys need to stop the funny love fest with this dude. Do you have a history of screwing over women, like leading them on and lying to them and just wrecking them?
To be fair, I may have done that a time or two, but my recollection, I don't think there's ever been a Nicole involved.
And
You don't think? That's not a very
do you
firm
think?
answer.
Do you think that she's actually going to want to go out with you?
I don't know. I really don't know if she's going to go out with me again, but I need your help because I think that with your help I'm going to be able to get there.
You just want to try.
I have to try.
Okay. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update. All right?
Thank you so much, dude. This really needs to happen.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear her response too.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Right in the middle of a second date update, and if you're just joining us, Nathan, who is on the phone to do a second date update today, is going to attempt to do the impossible. That's right. He's going to try to get a date with a girl who threw wine in his face the first night that they met. He went out with a girl named Kyla that he met off of Tinder. They went out to eat, and during dinner, the wine got to the table, and that's when her attitude suddenly changed, and she looked at him and said, "Do you know a Nicole?" And he said, I don't think I know a Nicole. And then she said, "Yeah, you do. Nicole is my friend. You slept with her and never called her again." Then called him an a-hole, threw wine in his face, and stormed off. And apparently he thinks that he can still somehow salvage that date and go out with her again. Nathan?
Hey.
Your mission, if you choose to accept, is to get Kyla to go out with you on a second date. Do you think you can actually do this?
I hope I can. I mean, this girl's just smoking hot. She's just so hot.
What are you going to say to her to get her to go out with you again?
I don't know. I'll figure it out, but I gotta just talk to her.
Okay.
What if it turns out Nicole is someone you totally screwed over? Are you willing to apologize?
I mean, honestly, don't remember Nicole, but if that's what I did, then hell yeah. I mean, especially if it's a friend. If I have to apologize in order to be able to go out with Kyla again, then yeah.
Okay.
I probably wouldn't include the fact that you don't know a Nicole if in fact you do, just to FYI.
All right. Yeah, I mean, whatever it takes.
All right, well, good luck to you, okay?
Thanks, guys.
I'm going to call the phone number right now.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Yep, the impossible happened. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Talking about today's second date update. We got a text message in at 78592 that says, wow, this guy is a Picasso at the art of BS.
Yeah, he is.
And that is definitely true. If you missed the second date update, this guy named Nathan wanted to call a girl named Kyla. They went out on a first date, but she actually set him up to go out on that date because he had hooked up with her friend and then stopped calling her. They went out on the date. She sat down. They talked for a minute. Then she threw wine in his face in honor of her friend and then stormed off. He wanted to do a second date update because he thought that he really actually did like her, in his words. For her. He says that he liked her for her, not just wanted to hook up with her, and wanted to try to get a second date regardless of how their first date went. And lo and behold, he was able to talk his way in to getting a second date with the girl who threw wine on his face because he hooked up with one of her friends.
And the thing is, he doesn't remember the friend at all. And he said that he wanted to hook up with her for her, that he liked her for her after she was on the phone. When he was talking to just us, he was rating her on some scale of LA 5 or whatever and saying how hot she was. And that's all he had to say about her.
A lot of texts in like this at 78592 says, I thought you guys were supposed to help the second date person out. Brooke is a hater. Because Brooke was like telling the girl not to go out with him. Listen, Brooke has a dark heart. And she does not enjoy love, and she does not want people to succeed in relationships. So anytime a very beautiful story like this is unfolding, Brooke will try to throw a wrench in the works no matter how she can. So keep those texts coming at 78592.
I'm the villain. When I'm not the one that slept with Nicole, the girl's friend, lied to her, set her up. I don't know.
But he had finally got himself back another date, and it was going to happen.
Because he's a con artist.
I have
He's
no
gonna do
idea.
the exact same thing to this girl.
How he was able to do it. Very impressive. Somebody texted in at 78592, said, on his next date, I hope he throws wine in her face. It might be his plan. I don't know.
She deserve that. That is messed up.
If you missed the second date update we're talking about, it will be online shortly. You can check it out there. If you want to do a second date update, just email us, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Move it 92.5.